for fast, cheap, and reliable Madden 21 Ultimate Team coins. Make sure you guys go check out my sponsor, Easy Mutt. Use code VENOM at checkout for 5% off. Yo, what's up guys, Venom Fire here back with another video, and today we're going to be bringing you guys another one-play touchdown in Madden 21. This one is one of my personal favorites. It's a pretty underused play, valued play out of Gun Bunch. It's in a couple of playbooks. It's in Seattle, it's in Baltimore. The play I'm talking about is clear out, SE out. Very solid play, and I'm going to show you how you can beat people one-play touchdowns out of multiple coverages. Cover 3, cover 2, it's very solid against man coverage. Now you will need one ability in today's video I recommend having. That's going to be the tight end apprentice. So we're using Travis Kelce and the Chiefs. I do recommend that you guys get tight end apprentice. Hot Route Master, of course, would work as well. Also, before into the video, make sure you guys do hit that subscribe button. I bring you guys all of these tips for free, and subscribing to the channel is the best way to support. It is free, of course, and it really does help me out. Let me know that you guys still love to see these videos, so go ahead, hit that subscribe button if you are enjoying the content and want more one-play touchdowns. But going back to the point, clear out, SE out is a very solid play, and we're going to create some cool route combinations just to use the play in its best fashion. Again, cover 3, cover 2 are our two plays that we're going to beat for one-play TDs, and then I'll also show it against man coverage because I got some good money play setups for those. But with that being said, let's just go ahead, hop straight into it. Here we are out on the field and taking a look at what we have. Again, I'm starting out in cover 3 defensively, just a basic cover 3 stock defense. What I did is I pressed because that's usually the way you'll see cover 3 these days, especially out of like 3-3-5 wide. You will see people pressing their cover 3s, not too out of the common. And honestly, when they press their cover 3, that's going to help for this one-play touchdown. Now, the player that we're going to use for this one-play TD is going to be Tyreek Hill, the fastest man on the planet, or in the NFL, I should say. But yeah, we're going to use Tyreek Hill. I feel like the Chiefs are a good way for me to show this because they most resemble a Mutt offense, and I assume that's what the most of you guys are running in regs. You can do this with the 49ers, you can do this with the Raiders, and the Chiefs, of course. Now, let's hop into the actual route combination. Now, we're just going to focus in on one route. That's going to be Travis Kelce. What I want to do is I want to put him on a corner route. Now, previously, earlier in the year, you would do this route combination with the slot wide receiver, but that one does kind of work. It still does work, but EA put out that patch a long time ago where the outside thirds will play back a little bit further. So what I actually found to be a little bit more better, in my opinion, would be to have this corner out be a little bit further on the inside. That's going to delay and pull down the outside third for just a little bit longer, and overall I think that would add to the success. Of course, you could run it with the corner out. That's something that I probably talked about in the past, but for now we're going to run the corner out with the tight end. Go ahead, smart route him as well to get him deeper. Then what I like to do is I feel like it's a little bit congested over there. We're going to create a more spread out concept. For now, our first route combination is going to be something like this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to curl X. With Y, I like to put him on an option. And then with RB, I'm just going to put him on a flat. So we're going to have a curl flat. We have a little option sitting in the middle of the field. Of course, it's very good against zone. And then we're just going to go ahead and snap the ball right about here. You're going to, of course, try to roll out ideally. And then you can just throw it perfectly over the top. Not sure why Mahomes overthrew that, but you saw that we had the separation there. Again, this will work with pretty much any player. I could flip this. This would work with Sammy Watkins as well. Again, I'm just going to use the fastest player that we have. Now, I did roll out there. You don't have to roll out to make this work. You can throw it from the pocket 100%. A lot of people like to throw from the pocket this year, and you definitely could go ahead and do that. So again, I'm going to pinch this defense, set everything up the same. You see how Desmond Trufant over there on the right-hand side just completely fell down. That's exactly what you want. You wait for him to pull down, and then you can throw it over the top. And you see, even for how long I waited, he was still pulled down. I'm going to actually show you what happened in the replay a little bit more in depth, but this is the biggest reason why it's so good, in my opinion. You just see, look at Trufant right here on the outside. You see he's just falling down in our corner out. He's just going to wait. Now, if it's a slot corner route, he's probably already out here. He falls down, and then he's going to go back up. So it's a much difficult throw, although right here I already do have a little bit of separation. But you see how just all the way, he just waits so long. Right here we have 10 yards of separation easily. And it's a very simple passing to the right. There's no shot that this guy's catching up. Even if they have equal speeds, there's no shot that he's catching up. You just have 10 yards of separation on anybody with any speed, and that's going to be the easiest touchdown of your life. So I'll show it a couple more times again. It's not just centered around cover 3, so I want to mix things up. Let's actually go with a new route combination. What I'm going to do here is let's just go with RB on a drag. We'll put X on a little in route. Let's actually block our running back for this first one, but what I could do is I could either flat Y if I had it, or I could put him on like a wheel route. Here you see again rolling out. Now that time I threw it a little bit early, and sometimes it's also not the best just to complete past the outside. You want to actually survey the field, because right there it might have been a better decision to actually pass it upfield because the inside third was not completely over. So that's one of the reasons that honestly could be better thrown from the pocket. You see how every time I roll out, I kind of force it a little bit early, at least on those two that we went ahead and did. So that is something that you should take from my mistakes and apply it to when you actually run the play. But again, here we'll throw it from the pocket right there. Obviously, Mahomes has gunslinger, but you see we have separation over the safety and the cornerback. I did actually try to pass lead to the outside, but we had a guy in our face, so I just had to let the ball go. But yeah, that's it for cover 3. Let's hop into the way to beat cover 2 now. Taking a look at cover 2, what we're going to do is we're not going to do anything now. I could do something maybe like this. I could motion Tyreek out on his little route. I could kind of snap it here, and I do believe this would beat cover 2. Now, most people do not run their cover 2 kind of stock like that. They won't leave the cloud flat stock yardage. Now, I could do that ideally, and it would work 100% of the time, but we're going to just create a more realistic way to beat it. And the way we're going to do that is we're actually going to motion Tyreek Hill to the other side and turn his kind of fade route into a seam route. So what I like to do on the back end is probably something like this. This is probably my best setup. Just like a flat with RB, corner out with A, X on that in route, and with Y, just throw him on a wheel. Again, I'm going to motion Tyreek Hill out. Now, personally, I found it better if I just let him. I'm actually in the wrong coverage here, but personally, I found it better if I actually let him get set. Now, you could motion snap it, and that was what I was pretty much trying to show, but we'll go back in the coverage. But I'll show it when Tyreek Hill's motion snapped, and then we'll also show it when he gets set. You can make the judgment based on what you want to do, but this is a setup that's going to do a pretty good job of pulling down the outside halves. And you see how he's not going completely to the inside. He never even really ends up getting in the middle of the field. The corner out with Travis Kelce is going to do a really good job of pulling that outside half with the strong safety basically to the side. So we can still have enough room to just completely pass lead that to the right-hand side. Now, if you don't know how to pass lead, you're just going to hold your left stick in that direction. And actually, from the next setup, I'm just going to spy these guys. Because honestly, I don't know how we're getting shedded. This looks like the Super Bowl right now. So we're just going to spy literally everybody. So I don't have to deal with getting instant shedded every single play. Sorry about that. But going back to what I was saying, if you don't know how to pass lead, just hold your left stick to the direction you want to release the ball. You saw Tyreek Hill was wide open. Again, I did get hit. Super annoying getting shedded like that. I'm sure you guys can relate. But here we'll spy everybody. You can see how he's actually going to get open here. You're just going to wait. Look at the deep half on the right get pulled down. And then I can just pass lead completely to the right over the top. And there you go. So that was him being set. Now let's actually show it with the motion snap. Now the motion snap, you got to understand when you're motioning that outside receiver to the left-hand side. And same with the slot receiver. They're going to be a step off the ball to where they would be when they're set. So it's going to take, I know it's a little bit of a split second, but it's going to be just a little bit slower than it typically would. It's not really enough to make a difference, I would say, but it is something to note. So I'm going to motion him over. We're going to snap the ball. You see how he's just like a step off the ball. So it takes him an initial step to get there. But motion snapping, rather, I think it gives you a little bit more time to catch him off guard. And then he actually can get a little bit further to the right side if that was a big concern of you. If somehow his free safety is playing you just when you snap him normally, then that would be an alternative. I'll show it one more time, then we'll hop into some of the other money type setups, maybe against man coverage. Of course, the man coverage setup should still work against zone, but once again, here's a look at the setup. And again, with this setup, maybe I could hitch RB if I want to. You don't have to put RB on a flat. I could put him on a regular out route. I could zig him. So you could do a couple of different things. You don't necessarily have to do just what I'm saying. Again, I'm going to motion snap him here just so we can get a little bit further inside. And there you see I can actually roll out, just pass it to the right side. Now he's a little bit further out. Again, the strong safety is really not too big of a concern. and I could really pass lead up if I wanted to. But let's show some of the man coverage stuff. We're actually going to focus on some other routes. Now, Tyreek Hill, he could beat man coverage if he's just motioned over to that left side. That's something that I'll show, but for now, we're going to go with a setup kind of like this. I like to smart out A. A's on a post. He beats man coverage, but it has to be shorter. So realistically, 2nd and 15 would be a perfect scenario because then he's going to be a little bit further than he is now, but it's perfectly fine what we're doing. For a basic setup, I would probably go with something like this. If I'm motioning Tyreek over, so I'm going to get a little slant. Maybe I have a playmaker on this solo side receiver, which you should if you're running gun bunch. And then we're going to motion Tyreek over. Now, against man, I do want to get that animation right there. You see, just look at how much he got burned by. Now, that's Tyreek Hill, of course. We already know that. You don't have to comment that the only reason the play is working is because we have Tyreek Hill. But just this little stutter step, and this is kind of the same for Jets dig, if you know what that play is. It's just so weird how he just gets burnt right off the press. And again, this has nothing to do with Tyreek Hill. This has everything to do with the route that he's on. And of course, the speed makes up for the difference, him not getting pressed. But right off the bat, it's around 3 yards of separation. And then he actually gets bumped by our slant, which causes the bigger separation. But that is a good way to beat man coverage. I didn't really even look at any of the other routes, but I'm sure Travis Kelce did beat the man coverage as well. Now, if you know what stock man-to-man coverage, you don't necessarily have to put that running back out on his route. I could go with something like this as well because the out route would be a little bit more effective. But let's motion Tyreek over again. I'm going to kind of motion snap him. There you see it didn't work. So again, he still got separation because he's faster. And that route still can get a little bit open against man coverage, even with same stats. But it's worth the try kind of motioning him out. Again, another way you could kind of attack man coverage would be to, go with something along the lines of a motion just completely outside. Snap him there. You see there, we just got the instant separation of someone being faster. So there's certain ways you can manipulate that route to get better separation on a defender. As far as some of the other route combos, again, something that could work against zone would be a little route combination just like this, where I could go with RB on a slant. I could honestly flat B and just go with something like this, just a basic route combination. I would also option Y. So something like this. Now, if I'm running it like this, I do want to get a motion snap. But this would be just an all-around solid play against zone. It would be pretty good against man as well. But I don't typically like the option of running into each other. But you see how it's just going to pull zones down. You can get it off. Mahomes doesn't have gunslinger, so it would be a faster release. But you can just create simple high-low reads. Again, we're mainly going to focus on that one-play touchdown. But there's a lot that you can do with this play. Anyways, I think I'm going to end the video there. If you guys did enjoy and want more one-play touchdowns, let me know down below in the comments section. Also, other video suggestions would be much appreciated. Also, go ahead, follow me on Twitter. Link will be down below in the description. That's the best way to reach me if you ever have any questions with videos or things like that. I do usually respond to DMs on there as well. Subscribe to the channel once again. Turn on post notifications to never miss an upload. Hit that like button. And yeah, peace. I'm out of here.